Yo, what is going on, Guardians? J-Man here, and today we're talking about why I do believe Control should have skill-based matchmaking. This might come as a surprise to y'all. I'm sure most people label me as a Crucible sweat, so you would think that I hate SBMM and want to stomp noobs all day. But to be honest, that's not the case. And while many talented members of the PvP community are upset, I believe SBMM can actually benefit the majority of the Crucible in the long run. Let's start by detailing the pain points created from not having SBMM in PvP. The more obvious one is new players don't have a casual environment to learn how to PvP. My IRL buddy tried to get into Destiny last year, but he didn't really have many mods or good weapon rolls or exotic gear. So when he hopped into Control, he got his ass kicked for hours on end by teenagers with over 5,000 hours of playtime. And I get the argument that you want to play against better players to get better, but at some point the skill and experience discrepancy is so large that it's impossible for the new player to even improve. I'm also aware that Survival is technically a SBMM mode that new lights can leverage to develop skills, but elimination modes where the stakes are higher are not the best environment to learn the basics. Think of Apex Legends Battle Royale mode. It's kinda hard to learn as a new player if I land, lose a fight, and have to sit in spectating mode until the end of the round. At least in Control, if you die, you respawn and can quickly learn from your mistakes. Now, not having an environment to learn in causes a ripple effect to the endgame PvP. Let's start with Trials. By not giving new players the opportunity to improve, Bungie implements the infamous flawless pool, so noobs have a slim chance to get to the lighthouse. And on top of that, adept rewards have been lackluster to avoid strong players from becoming too powerful and gatekeeping the rest of the community. And speaking of lackluster rewards, the same can be said about Iron Banner and Survival. But in order to have the ability to put incentives behind higher stakes PvP, Bungie needs to give new players the opportunity to prepare in some way, shape, or form. Hopefully this is starting to paint the picture that I'm trying to put together. Bungie has made some questionable design decisions over the last few years, and perhaps that's due to the fact that they struggled to net new players into the Crucible. So let's flip the script and talk about how SBMM and Control can help Bungie make better decisions going forward. Well, now that folks have trained their skills, let's make adept rewards great again and throw them into Iron Banner and Survival. There's really no more excuses. You found your favorite loadout, learned a lot of movement tech, and can hit your shots thanks to practicing in Control. Now you have the ability to compete in the endgame and get a fair shot at sweet loot. And while we're at it, let's remove the flawless pool. Instead of practicing PvP in the non-flawless pool on Sunday and Mondays, practice in Control and go to the lighthouse without training wheels. I also really want to focus on updates to Survival or Glory. You see, the entire FPS gaming industry has this issue with ranked modes not really being ranked modes. What I mean by this is, instead of the game matching players together on the same rank, they matchmake based off of a hidden rating that no one really knows about besides the devs. It creates this false scenario where your visible rank in the game is basically meaningless because it's not a true depiction of skill like your hidden MMR. I see folks complaining about this in Halo Infinite, Apex Legends, a bunch of other shooters, and this holds true in Survival as well. For example, in one of my first matches of comp this season, I matched someone at 4700 glory even though I was only at 200, because we matched on our skill and not on our rank. So if that's the case, what's the point of glory anyways? Perhaps emphasizing the matching of skill in Control means we can revisit the thought of creating a true ranked experience that actually matches people on Glory. And the same concepts hold true in that folks have Control as their training ground, equipping them with the skills they need to compete in comp. And of course, like we mentioned earlier, my lord, let's get some great loot attached to Glory playlists. The last message I would like to spread here goes to my fellow Crucible sweats. I know it stinks to get the short end of the stick when it comes to Control. I'm also struggling with poor connection, sweaty match after sweaty match, and of course, the large increase in quitting. But we need to think of the larger picture here. Low population has been an issue for endgame and competitive PvP for too long, and perhaps this is the change that we need. And not to mention, we do still have Rumble, the weekly rotator, and Iron Banner and Trials all without SBMM. So there's still places to casually play with friends and off-meta loadouts. Folks, that will conclude my hot topic for today, and as per usual, I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the gameplay in this video, I would definitely appreciate a like and a sub to the channel, and as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the Cosmodrome.